Footnotes appear as a number in your document, and a foot appears at the foot of the page. In notes, a number appears in your document and a note appears at the end of the document. So that's the primary difference between a footnote and an endnote. A footnote has a note at the foot of the page and an endnote has a note at the end of the document. I'd like to start by putting footnotes in, and I'm going to put a footnote at the end of this sentence here. To insert a footnote, you can use the shortcut key Ctrl-Alt-F, or from the ribbon you can click the References tab. From here you'll be able to choose the button Insert Footnote, and there's a mention of the shortcut key combination. If I click Insert Footnote, I'm immediately thrown to the foot of the page and I can type my footnote. To return to the note number in my document, I'm going to press the key combination Shift F5. Shift F5 returns me from where I came from. And here you can see the little number 1, and when I rest on it, it actually tells me the note in the little pop-up that's at the foot of that page. I'd like to insert another footnote, so I'm going to click at the end of Impossible. From the References tab in the ribbon, I'll click the Insert Footnote button, and I'm immediately thrown to the foot of the page. Here I type my footnote, and this is my second footnote, footnote number 2. If I was to press Shift F5, I'll be taken back to the number that appears in my document, and I can rest on this footnote also to read the footnote. To insert an endnote, I'm just going to scroll down to the next page, and I'll click at the end of Management by Name. To insert an endnote, from the References tab in the ribbon, I'll click the Insert Endnote button, and the shortcut keys you can see here is Alt-Control-D. When I do so, I'm thrown to the end of the page. And the footnote I'd like to add is on HR database. Now this is where Shift F5 becomes priceless. Because we've been thrown to the end of the document, it can be very hard to go back to the number from where you came from. So Shift F5 automatically returns me to where I first inserted the endnote. And if I rest on the endnote number, I can see the endnote as I rest on it in a pop-up. I'd like to insert another endnote, so I'm going to click at the end of Market Share. And from the References tab in the ribbon, I'll insert an endnote. I'm thrown to the end of the document and I can type my endnote. If I press Shift F5, I'm taken back to the number. Notice the endnotes use the lowercase Roman numbering, little 1, little 2, whereas my footnotes used 1, 2, 3. If you want to customize your footnotes or endnotes, what you can do is from the References tab in the ribbon, you can choose the Footnotes Dialog Box launcher. By clicking the Footnotes Dialog Box launcher, you're taken into this location. If we start with footnotes, footnotes by default go to the bottom of the page. You could change this and say, no, I want the footnotes to go below the text and not right at the bottom of the page. You can also change the numbering from 1, 2, 3 to any of the options listed here. So I might go for A, B, C. And I'll apply the changes to the entire document. If I click Apply, what I'll notice when I scroll up to page 3 is my footnotes are now A and B. And if I look, the footnotes are now below the text instead of at the bottom of the page. If I want to customize my endnotes, I'll go back to the References tab in the ribbon and I'll hit the Footnotes Dialog Box launcher. If I choose Endnotes, endnotes by default go to the end of the document, but I could say that I want them to go to the end of the section. I could also change the formatting from any of the listed options, so I might go for this option here. I'll also change it that it does it for the entire document or whole document, and Apply. Now when I look at my endnotes, I can see I have a little symbol and another little symbol. And if I was to press Ctrl-N to go to the end of my document, I can see my endnotes at the end of the document. With regards to footnotes and endnotes, let me just go back, Ctrl-G to page 3, and go to, and escape. When I go back to my document, if I wish to delete a footnote or an endnote, please don't delete the text in the footnote or the endnote. Actually delete the number that appears in the document. So if I wish to get rid of A, I would highlight A and I'd either delete it or I'd cut it and paste it if I wanted it to be somewhere else. If I press the delete key, notice how the text automatically disappears from the footnote below the text. If I press undo, Control Z, and I cut this, I might just right click, I might drag over it, Control X, and I might go to a different page and Control V to paste. And now you can notice that the footnote is at the foot of this page. So always move by cutting and pasting, or copy and paste, or delete the actual number or the symbol in the document, and the text will automatically follow the number.